Hi, and welcome to another SWTORface.com guide. I'm going to show you the loot modification system to help you get the most out of the loot you receive in SWTOR. You'll notice some of the items you receive in World have three separate modifications: armoring, mod, and enhancement, like these two pieces of armor that I'm inspecting here. Although when you look at this green lightsaber, as you can see there, the only item modification we have is the color crystal, allowing us to change the color of our lightsaber or weapon at will. Most weapons in game have the ability to change the color crystal. It includes blasters, so the bolt color will change the same way you can change the color of your lightsaber. So what I have here is two fairly similar lightsabers. The only difference is the modifications in the actual hilts and also the color crystals and the look of them. I actually prefer the look of one lightsaber over the other. So what I'm going to do is remove all the mods from one and put them into the other lightsaber that I have in my inventory. I received this lightsaber at the end of the quest with most of the modifications in there, and what you're able to do with these quest items, you don't necessarily, if you don't like the look of it, you don't necessarily need to keep it. You can take all the mods out and keep all the mod, the hilt, the crystal, the enhancement, etc., and put them into another item which you may already have. Now keep in mind that the base level of the stats might not be the same, although in this particular case the two lightsabers are identical, or have an identical base level stats. The only difference is the actual visual of the item. So what I'm doing, I'm now going to open up my other lightsaber here. There we have it there, and we're going to pull all the junk out of that one, and we're going to pick the best items and pop it into this lightsaber. So when you highlight over one of the mod here, you'll see that all the mods get highlighted in my inventory, allowing me to immediately identify where they are and pick the best one for that slot. So it's simply drag over the item and pop it into the appropriate slot. Now you'll see me opening and closing the inventory, the actual modification section. You don't need to do that now. They've fixed it in the latest patch, which allows you to put 4 mods in there at once. Until the latest patch, what you had to do was do one at a time, click apply, or otherwise only one of the mods would actually get placed in there. So I learnt this the hard way, figuring it out. But it has been fixed now. You drag one across at a time, click them in, select the next item, click it in. Once you've got all 4 items in there, click apply. Now, last but not least, we're going to have a look at the lightsaber crystal. Now, the stats on this epic pre-order crystal are not as good as the green ones that I have in my inventory, but I like the colour of it, and in all honesty, the variations in stats is not that great. The difference between a mid 30 level crystal and a low level crystal is 4 points of crit or 4 points of endurance. So it's really not a great deal. As you can see, since I've equipped the lightsaber, my health and everything else has gone up, and my healer started healing me. So to give you a look at what the lightsaber looks like with that crystal in it, there it is. Next thing we'll look at is armor. Now, as you can see, I've got a few lower level items of armor. All the mods have already been removed from this. When inspecting it, it doesn't remove the helmet, so the cloaks and all look a bit funny and the helmets look a little bit funny. I imagine that's going to be fixed at a later stage in a patch, but remember, this is only beta. So what I'm going to do is pick some of the best mods I have in my inventory and see what we can get out of this piece of armor as far as stats is concerned. So we'll open it up again. By this time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to control right click to open up the stats in the armor rather than using the station, right? So you don't necessarily need to use the station to open it up. What you can do is control right click on a piece of armor to open up the individual section like this. So similar to like adding a crystal in a mod in World of Warcraft, it works the same way. Hit control, right click on it, it opens up this modification section, and you could add your 3 separate mods to it, which with armor, it's base armor, a mod, and enhancement. This system's going to allow, especially the light armor players, is going to allow them to role play a little bit more, because it allows you to bring up the stats of your item to high level ranking equipment. What it doesn't allow you to do is change the base armor level. So if you take a low level jacket, for instance, and you put level 40 mods in there, it's not going to be equivalent to a level 40 blue item with mods in it. The base armor level is not going to be as great as the higher level item. The same goes for your weapons. The look of your weapons, although the base, the mods are the same, you could put the high level mods in there, so all the enhancements that you get from that mod or from that weapon are still going to be as good as a level 40 item. With the lightsabers or blasters, the base DPS is not going to be as good as a higher level item, and with armor, the base armor is not going to be as good as a high level item. Although what I've found, like with the armor and lightsabers and all, I'm finding I'm using these items for 5 or 6 levels, sometimes even 10 levels at a time. Unlike other games where you're constantly upgrading your actual whole equipment, with this system you're actually upgrading the mods in your armor as you go along. So you upgrade the enhancements and everything else for about 10 levels I've found. So that includes your base lightsaber and your armor and stuff like that. Now, in all honesty, it was a bit of a shame to replace my initial lightsaber, and I would actually like to see things like lightsabers or weapons, the ability to have them get enhanced right up to end game. So allow you to keep the epic lightsaber that you craft at the start of the game right the way through the game. So I was a bit disappointed in the fact that you do actually replace your lightsaber or equipment all the way. But unlike, as I said, like other games, it's not as frequent as a lot of the other games. Although you can choose to replace items with green items for a temporary period of time, what you'll find is that blue item with the modification section on it will have the ability to get upgraded through quest rewards and stuff like that. Now, this is really important, with your companions, their equipment is also modifiable. Do not replace their equipment and delete the old stuff. I learned this the hard way. I deleted some of my companions' weapons, or not deleted, but sold some of my companions' weapons when I replaced them, and then found I got mods which would have enhanced their old gun or old stuff to make it a lot better than what they currently had. So your companions also have modifiable items just like your own, so you can change their items out. You can even steal mods from their items and pop them in yours. So it's part of the benefit of keeping your epic level mods is to put them into your companions, but the blue stuff and the green stuff, it's cheaper to buy them off the auction house, as I said, especially while people are leveling up their crafting skills and stuff like that. They're going to be dumping this stuff out on the auction house really cheap. This new system is a learning stage for us all, and I'm still working it out myself, so if I made any mistakes, I do apologise. Just to give you a quick recap, most green items can have their colour crystal modified. Your companions and your items can be modified most of the time if it says it's got the 3 separate modification items. So do keep a close lookout for those items in the world, and upgrade your items. Go to the auction house, get all the cheap mods from people leveling crafting, and you'll find that your equipment lasts far longer than a standard green or blue upgrade.
Rest assured, I have every intention of staying out of trouble.
You'll find more information on item modification on SWTORface.com. SWTORface is part of the Gaming Face network.